Hadis Kadama.
What up? This is my fiasco. Yo, what up? It's your boy Wiz. This is Kings of Leon. Hi, this is Aymeric.
Hi, it's Christine Nearby.
Hey, what's up? This is JC. Hello, this is Brandon Boyd from the Vacation. This is DJ Carl, the Grandmaster Flash. This is Flea from the Chili Peppers. Hi, this is our captain. Alright, let's sit down. What's up? This is Code J.
Nah, man.
TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV radio, we dare to lead.
Yeah, it's time for the show. Right, good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. You can listen on www.elegbete.tv.com/radio. You can also download the mobile application on your Android phone. It's Elegbete TV Radio. You can also join the live stream on Elegbete1 on Instagram and the Elegbete TV YouTube channel. It's Elegbete TV Sports. Okay. Everywhere you are, wherever you are, you can join us and get in on the conversation. So on the Sports Buffet, it's not a one-man show. It's not a I know it all show. It's everybody. So we all come together and we discuss all of the things that is going on in the beautiful world of sports and also outside of sports. Okay. And if you want to send in a message, maybe on WhatsApp, it is 07025000069. Okay. 07025000069. That's the number to send your message to. And thanks to everybody who have watched the journey with Coach Aymeric that we put out yesterday or 2 days ago now. 2 days ago, 2 evenings ago, and the beauty of the comments that you guys put on it. Now that comment, as much as it is encouraging to somebody like me, it is way more encouraging to someone like Coach Aymeric. Yes, he's gone to Dubai, he's gotten a job, but you see, that man needs to know that all of this thing that he's gone through in life, people need to tell him, give him thumbs up and give him encouragement to be a better version of himself. Because sometimes we look at people that are smiling, but they're depressed. Yes, I've been there, so I know. They're trying to survive, trying to go through things, but depression is happening. And sometimes, comments from people like this, especially total strangers, when you watch it and you can relate to his story and you drop in a comment for him, makes him feel good. He spoke to me a couple of hours ago and he said that he's watched that video so many times and he still keep crying, and not because of pain or negative, but he felt like really appreciated that we could put that together. Now it's not dawning on him that we actually really traveled to Dubai just because of it. It's life. Sometimes you gotta do the hard work, okay? Like I always say to people, as you're dreaming to change society, you also be willing to make the sacrifice. It's not easy. Like, it's not really easy on me. I'm not gonna come and lie to you guys and be giving you all those aspire to perspire here. There's nothing done. So we've got to be very honest with ourselves. It sounded crazy when I decided, okay, let's go to Dubai and go. I get a complete part. We've been on this recording since 2000, since COVID, right? And we just keep finding the pieces, and keep putting him out there. And once he got the job and he said, okay, all those videos I've been putting out have really helped my brand and pushed me up. So okay, let's end this circle. Okay, let's end this grassroots circle, the circle of the suffering. Let's end it. Another circle is going to start with you now coming off to become the man that you are. Okay, but let's end this circle, lock it in, and put it there. It's 20 minutes content, but it's taking 2 years plus, and plus or minus 5 or 5.6 million naira to put together. And it's strange. Okay, somebody saw it and said, okay, well, you say you spent over 5 million, now you don't even have 500 views. Now I would love to have 5 billion views, right? But the joy is in what I do. Because one day, I want my children to grow up and say, my father didn't just complain and sit back. My daddy didn't just complain and sit back, but my daddy contributed in his sphere of influence. Because that's the only thing you can do. I can't contribute in the medical space. I don't know nothing there. But one thing I can do is within the sports and the media space, I can contribute. And in contributing, I can, as a matter of fact, help to make things better. See, it is easy to complain. It is easy to lament. It's easy to exploit people. It is easy to say all these things that we say and point finger, point the blame. I'm in this forum where we all talk about the happenings in sports. And one day I said to them that, why do we keep repeating what we all already know? Oh, this person is corrupt, that person is corrupt. We as individuals, what are we really doing to change the status quo? Because that's what the best way to do. They say leadership is influence, right? So to lead, you have to be able to influence. If you're influencing 5 people, lead them in the right direction, and you to make sure you are worth following. It's very, very important. That's the way I see it. So when we point out that government corruption, remember that there is so many private establishments in Nigeria, starting from the agencies that would take a job, call you to become an influencer, to run their campaign, to take the money, put it in their bank, and not give you your money. That's corruption, right? The medical practitioner that would not give you the attention you need, the nurses that have recalcitrant attitude. But I'll tell you that government is not good. The school teachers that will eat the children food instead of giving it to them, that's the corruption that we're talking about. One way or the other, we've got to be able to rise above all of that and do what is right. It is hard. The influential person that's trying to help that girl get a job, but asking her to give her a little bit of something in the bedroom, in the other room, that's corruption. It's not just the government corruption. So in our own area of influence, if you have a gate man that is doing beyond just the gate work now, you send them to go buy fuel, you send them to the market and the rest, let it also come out of your pocket to give them some extra, okay? Because they are now working extra work. That's like doing overtime, and you're not contributing to, give them a reason to be happy. One day they'll go poison your children. I'm just saying it. And I say this thing because it's the kind of thing that I can do. I could be very, very nice, but I could also be a devil. So I always try to find the balance in all of this. That's why we do it. Yes, it's hard when the numbers don't match the expenses. I mean, it's not a good business model, but then again, everything doesn't always happen the way you expect them to go at first. You see, most of the successful people that we talk about, whether it's Warren Buffett, whether it's Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all of these guys, what we talk about is their end of the line. None of us were there at the beginning of the line. So when you bring in your business matrix and say, oh, that's not how it works in this place or that place, what you're showing me is the finished product. And the finished product of this, go and meet the guy. Somebody sent me a message yesterday, very long one anyway. I was like, oh, how do you now make progress out of this? How do you make success? I've got bills on my neck. Yes, I agree. But you see, the thing about it is, if I did not start doing grassroots, if I didn't start doing the small ones, the big ones will not come. And if I don't stay consistent on it, people know that is one of those guys who cannot be consistent. So I've got to be consistent and improve. If you go watch our content from when we started in 2017 and look at what we're putting out right now, you see the massive difference, the gap, the changes, the transformation in our production. It's still the same crew, we're still here, but the transformation of the ideas, the way we see, we've gone from just flat out shooting a video, cutting it, joining it together, putting it out, to now, trying to create something like a movie out of nothing. Somebody said 20 minutes felt like a full action movie, and I felt very, very happy about that. So that's what we do. So please, when you bring in this company, I understand that some of you are concerned, but if you're not paying the bills and you're not going to contribute money, it does come across as discouraging and mocking, okay? I mean, we've done everything. We lost $1 million trying to do Super Eagles documentary. We're still, all of us are still going sick about it because I initiated that move, and every other person is looking at me like, are you crazy? And I'm trying to initiate another move again with Rivers United, and everybody in the project is looking at me like, we just lost $1 million. You were so. But then in my own thought, that's the only way we can make profit. We can't lose in one business and then just decide, okay, we're not going again. I went to Ghana yesterday, came back that same yesterday, trying to branch off into that territory as well and see what I can do, trying to also connect to Port Harcourt. It's not easy, but guys, we've got to do sports. So let's talk sports. Let me start from Instagram, no, from WhatsApp. Mr. Aiko J is, yeah, I love your cap or your shirt anyway. Your t-shirts, no sleeve. My stepdad used to dress like this. So That is Joma. Fine, Joma. I know my mom got to see me that much. Yeah, very fine man. Used to dress like when it's time off from offshore. Everyone dresses like you go find. I don't know what I do find side chick, but I never saw myself that with a side chick. I must be very, very honest. Okay. So yesterday you concluded with fantastic and insightful show as usual. Thanks for all your hard work, bros. According to Akuje. So this morning he said, "Oh, that's your dad. Good. It's in the same league with my stepdad. My stepdad is also fair like that too. So they are all the same kind of people. It's a good morning, bros. Great job with the Coach Aymeric show. It was both quality and inspirational. Look forward to seeing him making exploits in Europe soon. Coach Aymeric, I'm praying for you. You better come and say amen. Yeah, I say amen to that. And say, this is that. Okay, that looks very fine. Very, very fine. You know, that's how my stepdad used to be. You take away the glasses, that's my stepdad. It doesn't wear jeans, always wearing chinos, and I have to be the one ironing it all the time. And Jesus Christ, that man is very, very. We talk about my stepdad today. We spent the entire year talking about him. It was disciplined, but it was mean in his being disciplined. That guy can flog. Jesus, cable wire, belt. I was talking about too. Let's add that part. Let's not miss it out. Okay, this one coming from Diane in Sweden. She says, hello, Daffy. I saw the content for that Coach Aymeric, and I also saw your podcast with Garba Lawa. You are a man of many parts, and it's just amazing to see a different side of you on the podcast. Lower energy, calm. How do you transition from this hyperactive guy to that person that you are on that podcast? Because I saw a different guy, and I was just thinking, what's going on? Is everything all right? Because I'm used to the energy and hyperactive person. Can you give me a little bit of insight into how you switch between personality? Well, it's not much. It's so broadcasting or communication is a skill you develop as you go in this job and on this job. So one of the things you look at is you cannot jump over the head of your guest. Garba, if you know Garba is a very, very calm, easygoing guy. John Fashiono is a popcorn on fire. He's bubbling, he's got energy, and he's a TV person, so he understands TV. So when you see me and John Fashion, and then there's a long-standing relationship, I don't like to pretend like I know you when I don't know you. That's one of the things that I do. No matter how much research I do, with somebody say I know somebody say I've known the brother for forever. So when we started, there's been communication previously before now. But Garba Lawa, yes, I've interviewed him. We share something in common. We played in the same club for Sweden at different time in Sweden. But one of the things was that with Garba Lawa, it was just this. Garba Lawa is a mind your business kind of guy. So I just don't want to jump in over his head and begin to get over hyperactive, especially when Emmanuel Bayer is there and they have 35 years relationship, growing up together in Kaduna and all that. So I just said, let me take the back seat. Let me just be reactive instead of taking the lead. Because how do you cut off your co-presenter who is, the idea was to make him the lead, but all of a sudden now that I'm seeing the videos come out, it's looking like I am the lead. So when we shot the Garba Lawa video, I was just like, you know what? Let me give him this one. This is his guy. He brought him in. He pulled it really in. Let him have the sunshine, so you could see the conversation. It's beautiful. I was watching it yesterday. I was just laughing. I was like, okay, that's fine. So for me, it is the person in front of me that determines the mode that I give. It's like, okay, so there is the time I was working with Al Jazeera. One of my Egyptian handler said to me that journalism, interviewing people is like making love. And this is what he said. He said it's like making love. The sex, the mood, and everything is dependent on the other person. So there are people who like it aggressive, you can slow them. There are some people who like it slow, you can get aggressive. There are people who like long stretch of foreplay before you get into the act. So it would, when you get to international media organizations, there are people who are your mentor, they're holding you in hand and telling you, okay, we like what you're doing, but this is how you do. That is how they steep you into the DNA of the organization so that you know what they're doing, even though we're not direct staff or like contracts, but they still have to make us do things the way the organization is. We have to represent the organization in how we do our things. So I learned that from Al Jazeera. within that 18 months that I did, or whatever it is project that I did with them. So I already knew that when I interview people, I should look at them first, understand them before I even get in on set with them, so that when I'm on set, I'm not raising my voice and shouting at the guys looking at me like, are you crazy? Or I'm not so solemn and so soft mood when the person wants energy. So it is what the person wants. Even I'm the one interviewing and the one leading, but you make them feel like they're in charge. That's how they will tell you things that you're not supposed to you don't even have the heart to ask. And then you just have to throw in the right questions, popping it here and there. That's how it works. And Ruben sent this one on WhatsApp. He said, hi, good morning, Edafe. You crisscross between producing content on your YouTube channel to doing podcasts on Atlas and presenting your show, streaming it. I didn't like it at first. When you started, I thought it was going to fail, but you've proven that one can be consistent at doing something that everybody thought is impossible and make a living out of it. I really wish you the very best, and I hope you continue to grow, because you have given me reason to believe. And thank you for bringing the Coach Ayere. Yes, Ayere. Okay, Coach Ayere video to us. It gave me, an insight into what young coaches are going through in Nigeria. 2 years without paying rent, 1 full year without salary, eating beans for 6 months. Guy, you really watch this video? That's crazy. But you see, in life, sometimes you have to suffer that much to be able to appreciate the success that come your way. And I saw the transition in his personality as well, from the old clips that you have to the new clip. That shows how much work he put into how much work he put into this project. Thank you very much, and continue to do that. We hope that you would also bring the story of other people. Not everybody's story will be as beautiful as Ayere, but if anybody have a story to tell, you have to tell it, because you put yourself out there as the storyteller. We would continue to watch and comment. You should not be discouraged by the low number of views. Eventually it will rise. I remember, because I'm in London, I follow the Arsenal Fan TV. I used to, wait for them after match and try to get what they're doing. Their numbers were very low, but look at them today. They are just as big and powerful as Sky Sports. Well, that's taking it too far. Well, I understand what you're saying. So we would get there one day. Thank you very much. My very good brother Ruben. Thank you. This is the first time you're sending us a message, and then there are 4 other messages there. But let me go to Instagram and see what you've got from me. Wow, Instagram is popping as well. Okay, let me take a few ones from the Instagram space. And Sir Vicky, he said, as I'm listening to you, I'm writing a report on evaluation, promotion, prevention in private sector. There is high cases of corruption in the private sector. There is so much. Let me tell you one thing that happened. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to say it. If they want to come and fight me, let them come fight me. Microsoft is in Nigeria, right? So the way Microsoft tries to make sure that everybody ends based on international standard and everything is fine. Some people in Nigeria decided that the money comes in, they slash people's pay, give them peanut, and then hollow the rest to themselves. And then also, like, they could employ 50 people, and after 3 months, they would sack like 30, keep 20 to do the work, but they will not report the sack. So the salaries are still coming in, and then they are pocketing it. Just recently, they just used the FCC to arrest about 10 people. Those guys are not government workers, okay? Those are private sector people. But guess what? Corruption is there. They choose to do it. Project management, you see somebody, especially people in the abroad, okay? You send money, buy land, and build a house for me. They will buy rubbish. Something the ones who will buy land, they try. Some will not buy. These are not government. These are private individuals. But if you buy the land for that one person, help the person to build a solid house and keep it going, that person might recommend you to 10 other people, and you will get paid for doing it. And you also have gotten transatlantic or intercontinental relationship that could help you in some of the things. Like maybe you want to send your school abroad, you want to do, because one good turn deserves another. But guess what? We don't do that. Sending money, saying, no, come now. You eat all the money, person comes in, the person start crying, start swearing, because you don't know what stress they've had to go through to be able to put that money in your hand. But we will not do it. But tomorrow, that you see that person come online, oh, Buhari is a criminal. I'm not saying they're not done bad, but I'm just saying that Let's purge ourselves of those little things that we do, because collectively that's how we build a nation. Leave all this at the jackpot. When the ball bursts, there's no country that can accommodate 200 million people. Some people go there and suffer and die. That is just the truth. So let's not wait till we get there before we behave ourselves. That's just the one that I'm praying all the time. Saviki said a project on preventing corruption in private sector. Okay. And then Steve Oko said, watch the podcast on Coach Ayere is not a podcast too. That one is different. And it's Ayere, Ayere, it's not Ayere. Okay, watch the podcast of Coach Ayere. Thumbs up, Alegbete, hoping the best for the coach. Thank you very much. That one is not a podcast. My podcast is on Atlist. It's not on the Alegbete TV. All right, so let's go to YouTube and see what you guys have got. Choose about justice. Choose about that name. Good morning, the man that gives me joy in football. Thank you very much. Long life, the Igwe of Transfer News. Really? No, it's Fabrizio Romano that is the Igwe of Transfer News. Actually, you could call me the Igwe of Analysis. I'll take that, but not Transfer News. Transfer News is Fabrizio Romano. That is the ultimate guy, the top dog of the job. Gwendolyn Marcos. Wow, you're doing well, sir. My girl, this girl is going to be very, very loud very soon. You're going to hear about her very soon. Eze Patrick, you say good morning. Eze Patrick, you say boss. Quick one. What is your take about the current generation of players on social media? Has it done more harm than good to them as players because of the things they read and see about themselves? I don't know if it's done harm. I mean, it's brought more money. The name of the game is money, right? So it's brought more money. If you take away social media, players will not be earning as much as they're earning. If you eliminate social media, they will not be as big as they are. You see, if Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play in social media era, I'm sure he wouldn't have done as much as he's done. So the thing about is adoration makes people get better. Even God thrives in the praises of the saints, right? The battle between God and Lucifer, let's put it there, was because Lucifer, instead of giving praise to God, wanted praise for himself. So try and understand that the humans are created in the image and likeness of God, meaning that everything that God likes is what humans desire. Okay, every desire of God is what humans also desire. So let's put it this way: that at some point, if you read the Bible carefully, you see where it says, "My glory will I share with no man," blah 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 blah. All those talk about I'm a jealous God and all that. God wants attention more than anything. Humans want attention. When there was no social media, the disadvantage was higher. There was more of slavery in football. There was a lot. Now people speak out because we have social media. You see the podcast I will do. If you go watch the 3 episodes that we brought out, the Sunday listed, the John Fashionable, and now the Garibalo, you'll be so shocked that you've known these players since forever, but some of the stories you don't even know because the traditional conventional media would ask questions like they are investigating you, and that automatically you now put your guard. But when you're doing this type of work, and somebody wrote me and said it's a fine skill of asking questions. It was Martin Tyler, of asking questions that are perfected but without knowing. I don't know how true that is, but I really appreciate that comment coming from Martin Tyler, a great Martin Tyler. But bottom line is, social media also is not part of why players are valued, are being paid the kind of money that they are being paid. So if you're going to earn £200,000 a week, or £500,000 a week, or £350,000 a week, and then a few social media jibes here and there trolling, I'm not saying it's good. You could take it. We've had worse. I've got a stab on my hand, multiple stab, 1, 2, 3 on my hand and one on my lap, playing football. I mean, so fans will always be fans. They will always constitute nuisance where they need to, where they choose to, not need to, and it will always happen. So I don't think social media is a problem. Now, you know how they say money is the root of all evil, and I always disagree with that. It is who you are before the money that is the root of all evil, because money also answereth all things. So that's an oxymoronic contradiction in that irony that I've never been able to understand, because it's the same Bible that said both money is the root of all evil, money answereth all things. Come on. So I really don't even want to go into that. Social media can be very, very good. What is bad on social media is human choices. And that is the same with life. Say, alcohol is not good. Yes, it can destroy your liver, it can destroy your kidney. people make choice to drink it and overdo it. So it's not. So social media is what you do with it. And my entire company is built on social media. Without the internet, my company is dead. I'll be working offshore somewhere in Esclavos or somewhere in Delta State. But because there's the internet, as epileptic as it is in Nigeria, but because there is that internet, I'm building an entire company, an entire brand, betting on myself on social media. So I wouldn't say it's bad, but what I say is how people use it and all that. There are still people who are playing great football. There are still people who are fantastic in the game of football with the social media here or there. Okay, Steve Oko say, I just hope the signing of Jesse Lingard, doesn't hinder the playing time for Awoniyi. I am eagerly rooting for that brother. I don't think a club would put their record transfer player on the sideline because they signed a free transfer player. One of the things you need to know is Jesse Lingard is a 1-year contract. That's 1. 2, the fact that Jesse Lingard is not the top striker. Taiwo Awoniyi is a center forward. So Jesse Lingard is a forward that would support him and help him score goals. I don't think that that's supposed to be a problem. I am happy that Nottingham Forest are proving me right. They spent over, they hit the £100 million mark now in terms of spending. So when they moved, people said they would go on relegation. It does not look like that anymore. All they need now is the coach to web this team together with a winning team system that makes the players interdependent on each other and get them going properly. I can't believe that Alibaba is watching this video right now. So the signing of Jesse Lingard is actually a plus for Taiwo Awoniyi, not something that will make Taiwo Awoniyi sit on the bench. Because if you look at Taiwo Awoniyi, for instance, he's a center forward, but he's the kind of center forward that do well when you have a player playing next to him. If you look at his performance for the previous clubs that he's played for, the best place where he played was at Union Berlin. And the reason was that there were 2 guys that were always interchanging for the team that were backing him up. And that gave him the counter for it. It's also, go back to the game Nigeria played against Barcelona and Principal. The first time where Victor Osimhen had a support striker very, very close to him. Because when we play Kelechi next to him, Kelechi first is slow, and that's his game, so I'm not trying to rain in on his parade here. Kelechi actually is a bit slow, and it doesn't meet up the distance. It gives him more than that 5-meter depth that he's supposed to. Sometimes you see him deep in midfield, running far wide, lost in transition. But when they played Terry Murphy with Victor Osimhen realized I didn't have to do much of the work because Terry Murphy was also a restless beast who's looking to impress and doing everything. So he made it easy for Victor Osimhen to score 4 goals in that game. Also had 3 goals disallowed, would have been 7. So you have to think about the fact that Taiwo Awoniyi alone will not be able to play the role of a striker and a ball carrier for himself. So it's a good deal that they signed Jesse Lingard. Actually, it helps help. Bros, Ali Mingo, that's the man that made it easy for me to be where I am. Bros, awesome. He said, Steve Oko, he said, I am also happy for Basi finally looking like we got a left fullback for the Super Eagles. What I love about Basi going to Ajax is, first off, Basi is a good player. So it's not like, Ajax is not going to turn him from Wogeko to Abakara. He's already an Abakara. For those of you who don't know what Abakara is alligator or crocodile, any of those 2. But it's not now going to go from Wogeko to an Abakara. He's already an Abakara. But maybe that needs to polish his predictory skills as an alligator and be better. And the fact that he's also a perfect replacement for Lisandro Martinez, who was playing as a center back as well as a left full back. He also can play as a center back and a left-sided center back and a left full back. That works well for him. But why I was saying I should go to Ajax instead of Brighton and Hove or any of the Premier League teams is, one, we have too many Nigerian players playing in Premiership right now. That's not very good for Nigerian football because Premiership does not really develop your game. It just asks you to bring what you've got. But you looking at the age of Calvin Bassey, it needs to go to a place where the fine art of football is taught. Ajax is not just a football club. They are a school that have proliferated their style of play to Barcelona, to Arsenal, to different clubs. It would be very, very good for him to go play at Ajax and learn that fine art of the game and then, grow. I'm sure that by the time he gets out of Ajax, if he stays consistent in his game, he plays very well, he's stoic, he's powerful, and his crosses going forward is good, his movement. For a man that bulky, you would think that he would be slow, but he's not slow. So by the time he gets past Ajax, he would have been a lot more polished. We would be talking maybe between 50, 60, 70 to 80 million transfer in the next 4 or 5 years, if possible. So I think it's a good move to Ajax. That could also open the door to going to places like Spain. But if he had gone to England, I'm not really like, if you want to go to England, if you're playing for City under Pep, or you play for Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, or you're going to play for Arsenal or Manchester United, yeah. But when you're going to play for some of those other teams as a young player, I think you need polishing. Okay. Now, this is not me saying the other players that go to other clubs are bad players, but I'm just saying he's got plenty of potential. He's got the potential to grow to the Dani Alves level, maybe not Roberto Carlos, to, that Jordi Alba level. So he needs to go to the school. Like, let's say finishing school. Ajax is a finishing school for him, and I believe it's going to work well for him. And have anybody noticed how Arsenal are really, really spending currently? If Ajax signs Paqueta, as the conversation is going, Arsenal would have spent more money than any other club in Europe. Now, so you take me back to some conversation that we've had in the previous seasons, where I said it's not that Stan Kroenke don't want to spend money. It's just that in life you have to prioritize. And for a man that was, that have 7 franchises, okay, 7 football franchises, Ajax, Vancouver, the Rams, all these teams that he's got, and then the female teams, he was setting up all his business to be independent on their own. And once he finished building that $5.7 billion Sophie Stadium, and then the Rams won the Super Bowl, then the other team won the ice hockey team won the Stanley Cup. It was not time to face Arsenal. And I like how they've gone about it. They brought in Arteta. First off, they cut the wage bill, make sure the waste pipe are gone, Ozil, and then Aubameyang next. And then you bring in all these players. There's nobody earning 300,000 pounds at Arsenal right now, meaning that the salary is within a very good cap. And then there are players that you can take, not forgetting some of those players that came into the youth rank, like Emilio Smith, Bukayo Saka, and a few other ones. So the structure is good, but Arsenal still need like 2 or 3 more signings to be very, very perfect. I know that Arteta from the signings is trying to do a Pep Guardiola kind of thing where you have more midfielders than any other thing. I just hope it works. But then those players that they need to sell out, like that Obori, Nicolas Pepe, Maitland Nice, Lucas Torreira. I still like Lucas Torreira anyway, but the coach, they don't see eye to eye. Ben Leno, maybe Chambers or Holdings is good, but sometimes he will go there and be holding people and cause us problem. If they can sell all those players, that'll be fine. But then Chelsea, are caught up in the web of a £180 million pile of rubbish that they cannot sell. What's happening to Chelsea? Okay, let's get in on the conversation. What you guys are saying, boss? Is it part of the quick one? What is your take about the current? Okay, I think I've taken that one. Eddie Jala Ufoma, say good morning, boss. Good morning. Always looking up to your show. Thank you very much. And then there's a Patrick say corruption is something that cannot be stopped in our society. It can actually be stopped. All we can do is create another scenery to try and watch that part of us away. Okay, I know what you on that one. Additional Alpha might say all the podcast release 5-star. This is bring more connection. I wish you bigger success as you break boundaries. Thank you very much. Additional Alpha might say happy for Asisa Shola's win. Yes, congratulations to her. She's been, trolled and insulted too much, and I don't think she deserves it. And it's a good way to end it anyway, that she won this one. She's a super duper player, and I'm happy for her that she won it. Okay, Steve Oko say, ha, bros, take them easy on Pepe. Pepe a useless player, I beg you. Boris, 72 million pounds of even if you know Sabi play, but they bring you come as you're supposed to play. Come on, you're supposed to just play the stadium, the facility, the salaries. I beg. Olarawaja Abdul, he said, I'm really looking forward to Awoniyi Blossom in the Premier League. Me too. It's going to be a plus for our national team. Best of luck. Additional Love said Lingard will complement Awoniyi. I believe they will hit the ground running together. I like the fact that they signed Lingard, because now Lingard, because of all the way he's been vilified, he's been attacked by the media in England. Some people say that his entire life is TikTok, his career is rubbish. It's gonna have this is his uncle, right? As the French people will say. This is his opportunity to prove all those naysayers wrong. okay, shut them up and kick them out of his face. But he could also still prove them right because yeah, Nicolas Pepe have been trying to prove me wrong since eternity. But I think that it's going to do. I don't know, but I just have this feeling that it's going to do well, and hopefully things will go well for him. Additionally, I want to say Bassi is a beast. I believe he will grow to a world class in the next 3 years. He will be in the league of Real Madrid, wanted players. I am happy for him. I'm happy for him too. Here's a Patrick. He said, I really want Nketiah and Ten Hag to amaze you. Ten Hag, yes. Nketiah, not so sure. But I think that Ten Hag might amaze me because first off, he's performed a miracle already to get Anthony Martial and Rashford kicking again. So in football, there is that point where you get to where you're not interested in the game. You're just not interested. Nothing about the game interests you. But I've seen more United friendly games than Arsenal because I already know what to expect from Arsenal. I know what that team is going to play like, how they're going to look like. I'm not really surprised at the result that they're getting, but I think that they should score more goals. That's only my problem. But for Manchester United, I think that Erik ten Hag, and I wasn't expecting this much from him. And people will say, hey, my friend, shut up there. This is preseason. It's not a big deal. Yes, it's preseason that will determine whether players are good because of the kind of hunger you see, the mileage that they're putting, the runs that they're putting in. And in short distance and long distance, it tells you that there is hunger. Marcel is back again to his very, very best. And he could improve. He could do better than that. And I hope that he does anyway. But we will see. Is he proving me wrong already? He has to prove me wrong when he makes the top four and maybe stay second. Yesterday, I said they look likely to make second position if Chelsea does not take their time. And then yesterday again, Darwin Nunes proved everybody wrong. Like, hey, shut up and drive. I'm good. Okay, scored 4 goals in that game against RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig is not a weak side. You can argue that they didn't play their first team players and all that, but that's not my business. He came off the bench and he banned him 4 goals. That's something to appreciate for. Senator Sam, he said, look who's back home at Inter. Steve, if I slap you now, the side slaps somebody. So look, I forgive you. Okay, so Vicky, he said, Mane won an award. I'm happy for him. Yes, African Ball of the Year. Do you think Salah and by extension, Liverpool squad will missing him considering his passes to Salah and his overall contribution to the team? It's only an idiot that will say Liverpool will not miss Mo Salah. But having said that, Liverpool's greatest strength is in the coach, Jurgen Klopp, not necessarily any player. The way he's managed to let players go and brought in someone who's doing better. So let's start with Coutinho. As impactful as Sadio Mane, I think that when Coutinho played for Liverpool, it was a joy and a delight to watch. And you would have thought that with Coutinho leaving, the team will crumble. But guess what? They became better. And we've seen players also leave Liverpool. Suarez left Liverpool, they got better. Coutinho left Liverpool, they got better. I think that with the players that they've got, and it's not about Darwin Nunes, but it's Diego Jota and then the other guy, Diaz, they already have players that can fill in the void. May not play and pass and score like Sadio Mane, but definitely they do look like they will score more goals than they were scoring when Sadio Mane was there. Would they miss him? Yes. One of the greatest signings that Jurgen Klopp ever made in his time as a coach of Liverpool. So they would definitely miss him. But hey, Steve Oko said Arsenal need another striker. I agree with you 100%. Habib, hey Habib, how you doing? In the long run, we will see how good United is. For sure, we will. Okay, so let me come back to the YouTube people. Emily Mayo say, I know Awoni before from 3SC. Awoni didn't play 3SC. Former player Ibadan, good to go, boy. Awoni didn't play 3SC. I think I'm talking about another player. As a Patrick, my huge regard is Sir Ali Baba, a man that has made people, never met the man, but anywhere I look, I see people talking about how he made them incredible person. See, incredible does not describe Ali Baba. You don't understand. If you spend, let me explain Ali Baba to you, the Ali Baba that I know. If you spend 5 minutes with Ali Baba, you get 50 years of knowledge that you can practically use. Not all, you know what, all those kind of people that will give you knowledge that is useless to you. Okay, they'll tell you how they spend money in Las Vegas, how they did this. It's information, but it's useless to you. How they carried 2,000 women, how they did this one night like that, that they went to London. Alibaba sees you. First off, he listens to you, and there are not too many successful people that are like that. He listens to you. And the next thing is he tailor-makes solutions for you. And then one thing that he does that nobody else does in Nigeria, in Africa, I don't know, many people are doing it, but I don't know, is that once he teaches you anything, he start looking out for you. He start opening doors for you. He start, pointing you in the direction. I think this is what you should do. This is an opportunity that resembles what you can succeed at. This is what you should be doing right now. Even when you maybe don't want to do it, it gives you reason to think about it. And then you start thinking, okay, I think I should go and do this. And it's not pushy. It's not the, those kind of bros that would, because you don't do it, then you are useless. No. There's a whole lot to talk about Alibaba. If I have to, I keep thinking, how do I say thank you to him? I don't know how. So I've not given up, but I still keep thinking about it. And then he cares about even the people around you, your team, your children, your family. Come on. Great guy. Lex, say money boss, more power to you. What's your take on a high-scoring winger to support the two strikers at Arsenal? Habib Ayodeji Salibaba, to you is like you to me, boss. Okay, remember, it's more than what I am to you. You don't understand. I can't explain it. I can't explain Alibaba's role. We have a studio today. We're running all because of Alibaba. So it's a great guy, great guy. Emily Mayo, you say, I like to be watching Awoni game. Okay, you will see him in the Premier League. Here's a Patrick. He said, please, you guys, Jurgen Klopp is the machine for Liverpool. When he leaves, then we will talk about the players. Okay. I'm not saying Daniel. He said, I used to know Awoni at Aspire Academy. Yes, he was there. Down to earth and good loving guy. Still friends on his personal Facebook account. He is it's the most, him and Ojo Gallo are the two most humble footballers that I've come across. Very simple, down to earth. Send a message, reply immediately. They relate to you they don't know whether they are successful or they are not. They're just normal, everyday human being, and that's what I love about them as well. Very, very fantastic guys. But let's jump into the transfer talk and spill up on the rumors. Inter Milan does look like they want to retain their title. It does look like that. We can be laughing about them and be saying all the things we're saying, but it does look like a team that wants to retain the title. AC Milan, I really don't know. They've not signed into players. They're going to be playing the Champions League or so. Add the league to it. It might just be a bigger distraction. And then Juventus with Paul Pogba, they say there's a different Paul Pogba. The Paul Pogba that shows up in training at Juventus is way, way different from the guy that everybody used to know at Manchester United. He's happy again. He's back where he wants to be. Jorginho Wijnaldum edges close to AS Roma move from Paris Saint-Germain, left Liverpool and became useless to the Paris Saint-Germain. Former Liverpool and current Paris Saint-Germain midfielder, Dutch international Jorginho Wijnaldum is now edging close to a move to AS Roma. Lazio Chief denies interest in ex-Napoli star Dries Mertens. Okay, Moise Kean, who's played for Juventus, Everton, Paris Saint-Germain, and everywhere, is linked with Paris Saint-Germain. Again, Marco Arnautovic waiting in the wings for Juventus. If Moise Kean goes, Marco Arnautovic will be signed. Okay, Fiorentina want Aya Star to replace Nikola Milikovic. Okay, and then Milan inquire about Tottenham's Pepe Matassa. Let's see how that one goes eventually. Koulibaly, Napoli hope for Chelsea's expectation. Okay, that's the talk in the Italian side of that. And then let's look at some of the transfer rumors that we have on the show today. Some are very close to happening, some are still far off. Manchester City have had a £30 million offer for Spain left back Marc Cucurella, rejected by Brighton, who value the player at £50 million. Well, if you've got big money and you've been selling players and you're making money, some other persons are going to come and try to extract that money from you. City will make an improved offer for Cucurella, but have other options if a fee cannot be agreed upon. Not Man City, they always have options. City have been offered Benfica Spanish fullback Alejandro Grimaldo, which we're hoping that Arsenal will sign as an alternative option for Cucurella. Barcelona will make a final attempt to sign Sevilla and France defender Jules Kounde, despite acknowledging they are unable to match Chelsea's £55 million bid for the 23-year-old. So now they are banking on what Rafinha did. They are banking on the player saying, I want to go to Barcelona and I don't want to go to Chelsea. So that might just work again. But let's see how I go. Sevilla and Chelsea have agreed a fee for Kounde, who has agreed terms on a 5-year contract, but he has thrown the move into that by turning up unannounced for Sevilla's preseason tour. Okay. Hey, Chelsea, what did you people do? Chelsea and Man, you want to do? Why is everybody turning your back on you people? Barcelona will turn to Manchester City and Spain centre-back Aymeric Laporte, 28, if they fail to sign Kounde. Okay, so the same option for them. This Barcelona will not get money and they are doing all the signing. How they managing to do it, I don't know. Well, Manchester United and Chelsea are competing to sign Bayern Munich and French defender Benjamin Pavard, who claims that he is way better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you guys believe it? Tell me what you think. All right, let's push the envelope. Further than Nottingham Forest are exploring a deal for Nigerian striker Emmanuel Dennis, with Watford wanting about £25 million for the 24-year-old. But Nottingham Forest are saying they want to pay 18 million or so. It's going to be a record signing as well. 2 Nigerian players are becoming record signing for the club now. Borussia Dortmund are weighing up a move for Uruguay striker Luis Suarez, 35, after his contract with Atletico Madrid expired this summer. Well, it will come with goals, but it will also come with a lot of baggages. Are you just ready to deal with that? About 20,000 Suarez masks were made for fans of Uruguay side Nacional to wear during their game against Corito, and speculation he is one step away from confirming his return to his first club. Chelsea are struggling to attract bids for Spain goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, 27, and German attacker Timo Werner, 26, because of their wage demand. The Blues are also finding it difficult to offload players such as Belgium striker Michu Batshuayi, aka Batman, 28 years of age, and England midfielder Ross Barkley, 28 years of age as well. Una go pay. No, say that. Chelsea go pay, not the Memphis to pay again. Paris Saint-Germain have offered Roma the chance to sign Netherlands midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum, who's 31 years old. And Jose Mourinho like to work with the wood people. West Ham will prefer to sign Blackburn and Chile striker Ben Brereton Diaz, 23, than Burnley's Dwight McNeil. Although Crystal Palace would move for the English winger Sharp, who's 22 years of age. AC Milan are in talks with Tottenham over signing English defender Jafet Tanganga, 23, and a potential no move for Spurs Senegal midfielder Pepe Matassa, who is also 19. This is according to Fabrizio Romano. You should take it serious. Milan have also asked Spurs about prospective deals for French midfielder Tonga Ndombele, 25, and Spain left back Sergio Reguilon. Have you noticed that when clubs no longer have plenty money, that's when they begin to remember that African players are good for them. When they have money, they now remember that South American players are the ones that they need to make their team work. Have you noticed that? Okay. Vicky, say please, why my Chelsea is just chasing after defenders alone? A striker is also required if Chelsea must fire from all cylinder. Well, they don't get cylinder again. A bicycle they get. A bicycle they use cylinder and a pedal. They will fire from pedal. So stop behaving like say when I still be Roman Abramovich thing. This thing was robbed. This is stolen. Chelsea is stolen goods. Nobody's interested in playing for Chelsea anymore. So stop it. You guys will battle relegation. So let's see that. Just more like if you cash it up, will kill you. Brighton want to sign Austrian midfielder Florian Glitches. Okay, 26, who is a free agent after his contract with Hoffenheim ended this summer. That's according to the Atlantic. Juventus are discussing the possibility of ending the contract of 31-year-old Welsh midfielder former Arsenal player Aaron Ramsey, who scored goals and people dies. Okay. Aston Villa and England on the 19th midfielder Kanu Chukwuemeka is not interested in signing a new deal at the Villa Park, with Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund monitoring the 18-year-old's situation. Aston Villa and Leicester City are interested in PSV Eindhoven and Ivory Coast midfielder Ibrahim Sangare, okay, who is 24 years of age. Bordeaux and South Korea striker Han Gyun-jo, 25, claims he has an offer to join West Ham this summer. Don't forget that Bordeaux have been decimated, they've been thrown out. So I think he say Bat is to Chelsea as Sanogo was to Arsenal then. But Batshuayi for many years can't take number 9 position. Okay, let's not even talk about Sanogo now. Sanogo is better than that Batshuayi, as bad as Sanogo is. What's it called? Newcastle are tracking Red Bull Salzburg and Slovenia forward Benjamin Sesko, who is 19 years of age. Newcastle, why would they spend this money? They saw a guy Arab money, but we're not going to behave like, say, nah, Nigerian politician money will get. Now, audio money. Not Nigerian politician, audio money that they get. And thief, all the money they say they thief. So if you see them for traffic, they see me like Agberu, they know they look fresh, like say that they enjoy, always looking sleepy. Why Nigerian? By the way, why Nigerian politician always looking sleepy? They don't sleep at night. Okay. Queen's Park Rangers have agreed a deal with Brighton midfielder Taylor Richard, 21, on a loan deal. And finally, Brazil right back, the most decorated footballer in the world, Dani Alves, 39, will sign a 1-year deal with Mexican side Pumas after leaving Barcelona as a free agent. This nigga wants to die on the field. Just want to die on the field and be buried on the field. That's what I think. Because come on, you've been playing too much. Okay, you won everything. Good morning. This is one from who's sending me this one? Let me know. Okay, Amalu Abi says, "Good morning, boss. Good job you're doing. Thank you very much. I want to ask a question. Why is it that in Nigeria, is dollars we use to pay our players for bonuses and match allowances? Will it not be a good idea if they are paid with in naira? Case in point was Governor Wike giving dollars to the recent champion of the NPFL. Won't it help our naira value? You see, when I want to do this on a demonic argument, when I call the form like something like Nigeria. If I give you $20,000 and I give you 10 million naira, which are you going to pick? Even though the two money are the same value. So the dollar would they give them, so they won't carry and go abroad. Not beside this in Nigeria, they go spend and they're not going to change that to naira. I don't think it's a problem. When they give delegates $100,000, I don't say I'm as problem now. So why not football when I work on improve the naira? Naira not going to improve just because of dollar and spending of naira. Naira going to improve for a productive economy. We are not productive, so naira not going to improve. It's a very simple mathematics. Anybody will tell you saying a dollar make naira they suffer. They deceive you. They lie to you. The dollars where all the politicians get for their house, even if they put them back into the banking system, naira not going to improve. Your naira improves when you have a productive. When people start buying things from you, not be when even pure water now with the popular. You know that Nigerians buy pizza from Italy, like with the other pizza from Italy, they buy bread from abroad, from Dubai and Italy, like on a daily basis. Go airport, go pick them up. So that's what we should focus on, not be leave footballers when they take a place, don't come and be spoiling people business. See, you won't come chairman of Africa Economic Society, don't come and spoil their business. They pay their bonuses in naira. Actually, this one is a gift, and it does not make sense because it's something they just give them straight up. Because some of those players never get dollar accounts. So if you say you want to pay the money into their dollar account, it will go work. So what works is just give them their dollars and let them go to Aboki and change their money and live their life and be happy. And anyhow they want to do them, it's their business, and it's easy to disburse rather than say want to give you 10 million. What's happen? You give somebody 10 million in a bank, will block their account. I beg you, leave them, let the players live their life. With all the plenty charges we bank will collect from them. I don't go and put my footballers in jeopardy. Okay, Steve Oko says since Balogun left Rangers, haven't heard of his next move. When he make the move, you go hear. It's because he's not making any move. That's why you've not heard. Or you want to hear something that does not exist. I'll go call Mr. Paul for you, that comedian, my younger brother. He will come and tell you something. Because if you want to hear something, will not be something. And Mr. Paul, you're good to. He always have something to tell you. Even the only person if you conquer Mr. Paul and damage you, I don't know, see damage yourself. I know bros not senior person, so you know if senior person get Chris. But damage you, the full world they watch you. Somebody just not complain something, give damage you just take it to another level. I don't understand this. So Vicky, he said, I beg, the dollar is better. Thank you very much for that. And finally, so we reached the crossroad, the junction where we part ways this morning. I want to say a massive shout out to Erik ten Hag. He's managed to put this team together and get them working. But my fear is if Cristiano Ronaldo does not move and then he now bring him back into the team, all of this work in preseason would have died. Because what would happen is the players that went for preseason will now start asking questions. So we are the ones that are good enough to go do preseason. While Cristiano Ronaldo enjoys with his family, have fun, and then he comes back and becomes a player in the team. So that's going to be a problem with Manchester United. But what he's done so far, even that shaky defense that we're all talking about, is not there anymore. All right. Yes, there's still some lapses, but he's been doing well. And shout out to him because I didn't expect him to come in, stamp his authority so much. And the fact that he didn't even get as much signings as he wanted, it's a good one for him for this weekend. I give him thumbs up. And this is what he's going to say. He said, we need more in offense. Erik ten Hag tells Man United board it's vital to sign a new forward before the transfer window close shut. With £68 million, Antonio's representative in Manchester for top. So Ajax are making good money. You see, when you have a good coach, and this is the football business side, just because Ten Hag went to Manchester United, Ajax have made money from the sale of Lisandro Martinez. They are about to make money again from Anthony. And from the sales of the young, they also have a small percentage that will come if Man United buy or any club buy the young. So you see that the investment of Erik ten Hag a couple of years ago to come coach them is now yielding dividends. So much. Helager's treatment after testicular tumor is diagnosed. Okay, for those people who don't know, testicles, maybe because irritate, ibolo, maybe that. So they say get cancer inside the bolo, inside the chambers, so they decide to quickly remove them, making it cause more problem. We played nothing but 5 aside for Ranieri. Roy was repetitive, and our signings weren't bothered. Watford and Gosling lays into his disgraceful teammates and bosses from their Premier League relegation flop. Oh God, so football aside, they need to go back home. Rafa Benitez says Manchester United stars don't think they are better off without Cristiano Ronaldo, insisting the Portuguese star, who is still to return to preseason training and once out of Old Trafford, always helps the team. You're lying. You're just talking that because he's a friend. Okay, your relationship from Madrid. Alexander Lacazette is a dart to feature in Lyon's friendly against Feyenoord after suffering 10 WAPS stink. Okay, WAPS is the second low-budget B, but it's meaner, it's harsher, because nobody praised them. In a Dodge Forest, what did you go find for Forest? With ex-Arsenal striker in a race against them to play on Sunday. All right, so I hear you. Okay, so let's go to some of the messages that came in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Now, another question, sir. What's the unfortunate thing you think it can or might happen in the EPL next season from the top to bottom? Top to bottom. Buarina, top. The unfortunate thing. The unfortunate thing is Chelsea not making the top 4. That's the unfortunate thing that is looking like it would happen. Chelsea not making the top 4. And another unfortunate thing, but I don't want to think of it. It's Arsenal not making the top 4 after all this spending. But I don't think that's even going to happen. Arsenal have a team that will make the top 4 right now. And I like the way these things are going. Because if you make all these spendings and you don't make the top 4, the owner will not even want to spend money again. And as I go, let me ask this question. Should Dele Alli retire? Because it seems like everything he does seems to go wrong. There is no, they say there's nothing Dele Alli does that goes well. You know, if not for some things, I would have said that the people of Okitimupa are after him. His destiny destroyers are after, because there is absolutely no. How can you make Yakuba Yengbeni look better? I don't understand. How did you miss that? God of heaven. And everything just seems to be. I'm sure Frank Lampard is saying to himself, even me cannot rescue this man. And then Darwin Nunes, you know, might still resemble Andy Carroll. It still be like Andy Carroll. But I'm not sure he's white Lukaku, but it looks like Andy Carroll. Well, this is 9:59. We've come to the end of the show today. Let me look at the final comment from our YouTube channel. Man, guys, you guys are good. Okay, here's a Patrick. Say, hold on. Quick set. And let them make it more. It's a quick set. Oh, okay. Well, Jesus Christ. Here's a Patrick. Please, guys. Okay. Starting from AC Milan. Tammy Adelami, he said AC Milan won, not Inter Milan. I said AC Milan won the league now. I'm saying Inter Milan look like they would win the league. AC Milan won the league. But with the players that they have and they're not signing well, they're going to struggle defending the title and also playing in the Champions League. Or maybe I said it wrongly, but I know that AC Milan won the league. Come on. It's a Patrick, you see another Nigerian I really love is Ahmed Musa. In fact, Nigerians are just amazing, Jerry. Now, bad government be our problem. I agree with you. And also, Daniel, he said FC Barcelona seems to always wait for Chelsea to agree personal terms with the club before swooping in. First, Rafinha, Nakunde. Okay. Hey, it means that they are more powerful than you guys now. You guys have to. That's so Chelsea they do that time. And don't forget what to do that now. Sharad Philip, woke after Arsenal agree 11 million and buy him for 21 million. What's it called? Michael Essien, after Arsenal agreed 19 million, una buy for 24 million. See, what goes around, come around, una go die. One matter, after Arsenal agreed 15 million, una go buy for 26 million or so. So, what goes around comes around. Yeah, what is good for the goose is also good for Uganda. What is good in Accra can also be used in Uganda. After all, Accra and cloth, Kampala and cloth. So, let's leave it like that. Lord Mayor, I say, boss, you watch Sherika Johnson, that babe, Niger too. No, I know watch out. Eze Patrick, after Sports failed to win any trophy this season again, Liverpool should just get us some Yumin. Okay, that's if it fits into your club style of play. Lord Mayor, he said transfer market just dull like Dodo now. Every club wants set players first. Honestly, Daniel, he said Barca pulling out this big money transfer is not a surprise to anyone. It's a surprise to me who has been following the team closely after COVID era. In fact, the second level of a deal that should give them more economic. Okay, I don't know. You know what you say, but I'm not sure. Lord Mayor says, son, don't old now. Next year it will be 31. I don't know for Eze Patrick. He said economic power has been pulled yesterday, giving them 200 million more to spend. Alemani and new director and Laporte are good for business. Yes, I agree on that one. Okay, and then finally, Eze Patrick, he said we are exporting our crude oil to be refined, and you say our naira should have value. I beg, leave this naira matter. It be like, man, we get a spiritual wife. All right, guys, this is where I draw the curtain on the show today. It's been wonderful. Thank you very much for being on the show. It's Friday edition. I have to go to my children's graduation now. Graduation is 10 o'clock. I'm already late. I needed to finish my show. God bless you guys. Every one of you who's been here on the show, making it work. Thank you very much. Let's do it again next week, starting from Monday. But until then, please do well to watch our content on the YouTube channel, especially the Kuchayere's content, and drop a comment. All we need is drop a comment to encourage the young man so that he keep fighting. If his story interests you, inspires you, motivates you, please just drop a comment and make him feel good about himself. Also on Atleast YouTube channel, which is my other hustle, we just dropped the podcast with Garbalawa. So this is the third episode now. First one was Sunday Listen. Next one was Jean Fashion. We just dropped Garbalawa. Please do me a favor, watch it and learn the story, the meaning of Chindo. Okay, what Chindo means. I'm not going to tell you. Find that out. Find out how he went from almost becoming a banker to becoming a football player and all that. And then drop a comment at the end of your viewing. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful day. Once again, my name is Sam Soje. Came in late. How you doing, bro? Once again, my name is Idafi Matthew. So glad you love to come with the Elevator One Sports. It's been a wonderful time. J, thank you very much for always joining us all the way from the UK. And every other person, everywhere you join us from, God bless you and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Friday and a lovely weekend as well. Bye-bye.
This is radio like you never heard before. Aymeric TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sport.